What's going on, everyone? I hope you are all doing well. You're all safe and sound and healthy, which is probably the most important thing for us to be right now, and mainly always, but especially right now since we're all in the middle of a pandemic globally. Yeah, it's been long for me on this channel. I've taken a break, probably like 9 months or something like that. Haven't forgotten about the hobby of fragrances, obviously. Didn't buy a lot of things this year, but I have gotten a few bottles. Mainly all from one scent in particular, but we'll get into that later on. So yeah, I've never really stopped wearing fragrances. I've never really stopped enjoying new stuff, testing out new fragrances, but it's been really busy this year, last year, probably next year as well. But I will try to scoop in some time to do some content for the channel. So with that out of the way, today's video I'm going to make a new concept, something that you probably didn't know about me. Confessions of a Fragoholic, which is basically the title of the video. So it all started back in, I think, 2008 or 2009 when this fragrance was released. I was about, how old was I? 12 years ago. I was about 21 at the time. Yeah, because I'm 33, so I was 21. Which was, yeah, you know, you're young, you're enjoying life, meeting new people, and I met this guy. He became a really close friend, and this was his signature scent back then. And probably, you know, 1 in 2 guys out there wore this scent back in the day, 2008. A lot of you already know which one I'm going to mention now. But I personally didn't wear it. I wore Karud, Acquadigio, Essenza, which was new back then, and some others, but mainly those scents were. I didn't really have a lot of fragrances back then in 2008, 2009. Oh no, Essenza wasn't even released. I wore the original, the EDT. So yeah, I had around that time I had like a couple of fragrances, and that was it. You know, I used them all up, and I bought another bottle, and I went through several bottles of Armani Code. I went through several of Acquadigio, the original, the Eau de Toilette, and you know, I kept enjoying it. Didn't know any better, and I didn't need anything else. I wasn't really that, you know, conscious about the world of fragrances that we are all in today, you know, probably you as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed smelling this particular fragrance on other men, and you know, as I said, most of them wore it, especially going out. People consider this a youthful clubbing fragrance, but you know, there's something alluring about it. There's something that I truly enjoy in smelling it on other people, and you know, given the success that it has, women seem to enjoy it as well, because otherwise most men wouldn't wear it. Most men wear fragrances to get complimented on, to make a first impression on, you know, their significant other. But I personally enjoyed smelling this fragrance, and I'd never bought it at the time. And you know, 2012, 2013 was the time frame where I really started getting to know more about fragrances and discovering new stuff. And 2014 is where I started this channel. So it's been almost, well, it's been a big fat 6 years where I was on the YouTube community and discovering all these new niche fragrances. It all went really, really fast. And so I've never really bothered buying that particular fragrance up until recently, where I was with my soon-to-be wife on holidays in Spain, and I got a whiff of this guy on a couple tables away, and he was clearly wearing this fragrance because it's so recognizable. It's a scent that you basically everyone has smelled it at this point, and a lot of people say it's been overdone, and you know, everybody seems to wear it. I don't agree with that. You know, a lot of people have moved on, but you have almost certainly smelled this at some point at someone. So I was like, wow. And it was in the evening, we were having dinner, and I got a whiff and it smelled really nice. It reminded me about my, you know, younger years, because yeah, it's been more than 10 years now, where I met this friend who always seemed to wear it at the time. And it made me think about, you know, the parties that we went through and crazy things that we did. And so I kind of started to look into this, and I found out that people are kind of on the verge with this. A lot of hate, but still a lot of love. But as I said, most people have moved on. So I bought a bottle which was a couple of years old, and it smelled nice, but it didn't really perform as I remembered it, you know. So I'm just going to get one of my bottles and show you what I'm talking about. Obviously you already know this one, 1 million, the original eau de toilette, and I'm not ashamed of showing a bottle of 1 million wearing a suit, because this fragrance, believe it or not, deserves the success that it has, you know. My opinion has changed a lot after the last couple of months. There's been a point in time, like I said, when I started getting into fragrances, I kind of was like, nah, everyone's wearing 1 million, it can't be that good, you know. I've been there. I've been in a place where I thought that niche fragrances were the best thing that ever existed on the planet, and you know, designer fragrances weren't all that good. You shouldn't, you know, invest your money in designer fragrances. It's not worth it. It's all synthetic. Yeah, if you compare this fragrance to, let's say, even take Creed Aventus, which is still to a certain degree a highly synthetic fragrance. It has some naturals in it, but it is synthetic. But let's say maybe a Frédéric Malle, which has a lot of naturals, or maybe Profumum Roma. Some of those are all smelling really natural and authentic. 1 million, yes, it is a synthetic fragrance, and a lot of designer fragrances are, but a lot of niche as well. Point is, I'm trying to explain to you that my opinion changed so much over the years that I started to really love this fragrance so much, to the point that this has been, over the past year and a half almost, my signature scent. Basically, I have worn other fragrances, but it's been on and off, and for the most part it's been this one, to the point where, and this is a 2011 bottle, this one has gotten down to about, I don't know if you can see that, but it's right here. I think it's about 1/3 and empty, and I've went to a whole 100 milliliter bottle just before. So going through 1.5 bottle of this fragrance over the past, you know, year and a half is for me like some sort of an accomplishment, because I've never, since 2008 2009, I've never really finished a bottle, period, full stop. I've never finished one bottle. And that's another thing that you see with fragrance reviewers on YouTube. They have a huge collection, and as do I. A lot of bottles, they keep to sit at the same juice level, because basically we rotate and you never seem to empty one. It's impossible. If you have 2,200 plus bottles, you're never going to finish one. Never. That's maybe if you start using it a lot, which is the case with this fragrance. So this is my confession, and I'm not ashamed. I really love it. It's just what we are in here for. It's to find a fragrance that we truly love. This is becoming, well, basically it has been over the past year and a half, close to a signature scent, and it's something that I didn't think I would even find at this point, after having smelled so many fragrances. So side note is that I acknowledge the fact that this isn't the best fragrance in the world, and I have a lot of fragrances that are truly a lot better, both in the way they smell and also the way they are, you know, bottled and marketed and presented and all of that. But I think this has, to me, I have a certain connection with it. Not that I really, you know, long for those memories of when I was younger, partying and stuff. It's just a scent that makes me feel good. I have, like I told you, I have a lot of stuff on my plate, and I'm working really hard on a lot of different projects. And every time I wear this fragrance, I feel very comfortable. I wear this to work, I wear this casually around the house. I don't give a single fuck about how I'm coming off wearing this fragrance. And all I can tell you is that I have gotten a few compliments that I smell really nice, which by one of those was actually from my boss. So go figure. You don't have to take our opinion on YouTube that serious. Everyone is telling you this is a clubbing fragrance, it's youthful, you shouldn't wear it as a grown man, it's for teenagers. Zero fucks given, guys. If you enjoy it, wear it. And if you really like this one, I should advise you to try and search for an older bottle, because it has been reformulated. I have compared 2017, 2019, 2014, 13, 12, 11. At this point, I have smelled all of those years of bottles in certain different bottles. And I can tell you that 2017 was okay, but it was a lot weaker than 2014 to 11 and older. But 2019 is really weak. It doesn't even smell the same. Especially the opening is very citric, sour, and almost smells like some sort of Pledge cleaner or something. It isn't the same fragrance anymore. So I'm not going to go into reviewing this fragrance, but that was the point of today's video, is that I wanted to make a little comeback video and tell you guys a little confession and a little update on my rotation, which is basically a lot of wearing this. But I will end this video with a couple of like teasers for you to check out in future videos, and couple of bottles that I have on the list to review. So hold on. So this one is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is Le Mal, Fleur du Mal actually. This is the special flowery version of Le Mal, which is already powdery, and some people think it is a unisex fragrance by itself. Well, this one is actually even more feminine, if you really want to use that word. It feels so really delicate and smells really refined. Discontinued, which is a shame, but being a fragrance collector, I really like special, unique, which sounds funny given the information I just shared about my love for 1 million, but I really enjoy unique, and everybody in this game really enjoys discontinued stuff, right? Vintage, all of that. This one is hard to find, hard to come by, so for those of you who are into or are checking out this fragrance, stay tuned for my review on it. So I'll give you my honest thoughts on whether you should or not spend the money on it, because it's going for crazy prices. And then this one, I found a 2008 Terry Mugler original formulation, or one of the first formulations of Angel Man, which smells really deep and intense. That patchouli, tarry, That stuff is gorgeous. And this one is going to be reviewed on the channel as well, for sure, in the upcoming months. So yeah, I can't really put a time frame on it, but these are going to come to the channel. And then also I have some news from one of my favorite brands out there. These guys have really been good to me. They have shipped me some free bottles over the years, and honestly, I swear to God, if I wouldn't like them, I wouldn't tell you that they are good. I would just say, like, you know, it's not the best thing. I personally don't enjoy it that much. But yeah, every single time I was impressed with these bottles. So I have to do some further testing, but these are two of their latest releases. The house is Al Haramain, and this is a signature collection, blue and red. I have worn this one for a few occasions. I haven't worn this one, but I can tell you I really like this one so far. I'm not going to show you the bottle yet. You can probably find that online, but these are going to get reviewed real soon, which is the first video to come after this one. But I have to do some further testing, so we are going to see how these respond with my skin chemistry. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed my little confession here, and I seriously hope that I find some time to do some more content for the channel, because I realize doing this video now that it is fun to make, you know, and it's fun to read your comments and your thoughts on fragrances. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you have any, you know, anything to share, put it in the comment section down below. And if you want to stay up to date with my future videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get an update as soon as I upload. Guys, hope you stay well and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.